Hello and welcome back. In this video, quickly, we want to add the seller schemes. Okay, so remember, we will need to validate the seller's data that is coming from the client to the API gateway, and then from the API gateway to the user service. So in the source, I'll create a folder called schemes. Okay, now the schemes, the content of the schemes is just too much. I don't think I can just type them out. Okay, so what I did was, for me to attach it to this video, you can go ahead and download, or you can go to the GitHub page and then copy the contents. Okay, so I'm going to paste the file right here. Okay, so let me go ahead, let me copy the file and then paste here, and then we can go through it together. As you can see, it's really much, so it's going to take us maybe 2 videos or 3 videos for us to type. Okay, so we can go through it together. Okay, I just saw something here inside this file that I noticed we didn't add to our schema. So we added ratings count, rating category, but we did not add the rating sum. Okay, so let's go back to our models, seller schema. Okay, so here, yes, after ratings count, we need to add another property. I'll call this rating sum. Okay, okay, to just be the sum of the rating values that all will be added right here. And then this ratings count will just be the number, how many ratings the seller has obtained. Okay, so go ahead and add this rating sum property to your seller schema. Okay, so we need this. Now let's go back to the seller. Now we can just go through them. Probably there might be 1 or 2 information we have here that is not, maybe we did not add to our seller schema. Okay, so here we have the full name. Okay, it's a string, we expect it to be a string, it's required. And this the messages, the error messages, or the validation messages we are sending. Okay, and then we are setting our ID to be optional. Okay, because remember, whenever we create a MongoDB document, it creates the underscore ID, which is automatically indexed. Okay, so we need this, and then properly we might send this ID. Okay, so that's why we're setting these 2 properties to optional. Okay, and then we have the username, a string, it's optional, so it could be added or it could be omitted when sending the a request with this seller schema. And then profile public ID, we expect a null or empty string. Email is optional, but the profile picture is required. And then we have the messages. The description is required. We have the messages. Country is required as well. It's a string, is required. We have the messages. The one-liner. The skills. Now for the skills, we are expecting it to be an array. And the array should contain items that are of type strings and should have at least 1 item inside the array. That is what this means right here. Okay, so we are expecting the skills to be array, string array. You can see skills, it's of type string. Okay, so we are expecting the skills to be an array, and inside that array the contents should all be of type string, and we expect them to have at least 1 string character. Okay, that is what we have here. Please add at least 1 skill. Skills are required. Please add at least 1 skill. Okay, so this is the validation we are adding to skills. And then for the languages, it's an array. Okay, so you can see an array object with language and ID. Normally when you add an array object to MongoDB, it will automatically create an ID. Okay, the reason why I added this ID is so that when we want to update, okay, because if we don't add this, and then we want to update, Joy will check, okay, these languages, it has the underscore ID, but underscore ID is not defined. Okay, so that's why I'm saying for the first time when creating it, we can omit, or we are not going to send underscore ID, but when we want to update, we need to send this property. That is why we are setting it to optional. It could be available or it could not be available. Language level, okay, and then it's required. We require at least 1 item inside the languages array. Okay, otherwise we display these error messages. And then the response time, we're expecting it to be a number. Okay, So we set the response time to be a number. It's required, and the value must be greater than 0. Okay, if it is 0 or less than 0, then we display messages. And then for the experience, it's also an array, and the array, we expect it to have these properties. Okay, so it should have all of these properties, and we require at least one object inside the array. We don't want it to be an empty array. And then the same applies to education. Then social links. This social links is an array, but it's optional. Okay, so it can be available or it can be omitted. And then certificates, it's optional as well. It's not going to be, it's not a required property. It's an array, and it expects these object properties. Okay, if any of this is, apart from the ID, if the name, from, or year is missing, it will throw an error. We have the ratings count. It's a number and it's optional. The ratings category is an object, it's optional. Okay, and it expects the value and the count to both be numbers. We have the rating sum. All of these properties here, they are all optional. Okay, the recent delivery, the ongoing jobs completed, cancelled, total earnings, total gigs, and created at. Okay, so this schema will be used for validation. Okay, when a seller wants to create the seller's profile, or when they want to update the seller's profile, we are likely going to use this seller schema.